All right, so the focus of the show today is on your portfolio related queries, where we'll be talking about mostly about mutual funds and giving you strategies whether to enter, exit, or increase your allocation towards specific fund. And to answer all of your queries live today, I have with me Shweta Rajani, Head Mutual Funds, Anand Rathi Wealth. Shweta, good evening. Welcome to the show. Shweta, we are also connected by our first viewer, Ajit Kumar. Ajit, hi, good evening. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for sending us your query. You're calling from?
Hi, my name is Ajit. I'm calling from Bangalore.
All
So
right,
my
Ajit.
query is regarding
Sure. Sure.
my
Go on.
query is regarding the mutual fund. So which is the best
Okay.
mutual fund for 2K per month to be invested?
Sure. We'll advise you on that. But then, just for our better understanding and Shweta's better planning for you, so you want to do a monthly SIP of 2,000 rupees. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you a first-time investor, Ajit?
No, I have done a couple of mutual fund investments, so I
You
just
already have
wanted
a
to
couple of mutual
increase.
funds? Okay.
And yeah, I
So,
just wanted to increase my portfolio. So
oh, so you know what? You should have actually given us details of your portfolio as well, the existing portfolio, because now Shweta's recommendation to you should not be a repetition of what you already have. So, do you
yes.
mind giving us the names right now? Are there too many funds? Because Shweta will have to note it down right now. Shweta, are you ready?
Sure.
Yeah. So I have HDFC
Sure.
Business Cycle Fund, and
HDFC
I
Business
have
Cycle. Okay.
yeah, I have again SBI focused equity, and the
SBI
other one
focused.
is yeah, and other one is large cap SBI large cap.
SBI large cap. Okay. Any specific reason why you had a business cycle fund in your portfolio?
It was the NFO one, so I thought of it is the best way to invest to the business cycle
Sure.
fund. So I
Okay.
just thought
And
of
what's the
doing that.
SIP amount? All right. So, and what is the SIP amount so far?
So far for business cycle fund, I have invested of 2K, and the focused equity is for 0.5, and large cap is for 3K.
All right. And you want to increase an allocation by putting in more
Yes.
2,000 rupees. And what's the
Yes.
duration of this entire portfolio that you've made for yourself?
Yeah, I made it. It was like 98 years, so I haven't given anything. So far, it is almost like more than 2 years now. So I've started these.
It's okay. It's more than 2 years since you started investing, but then you want to hold on to these funds, or you plan to stay invested for how many long? For how many years?
Yeah, another maximum 10 years.
All right, maximum 10 years is your duration. Any specific corpus that you're looking at? Because, I know I'm asking you a lot of questions, Ajit, but then, for an expert to give you the right kind of recommendation and give you a plan,
Yes.
we really need these kind of information. So, what's the corpus that you're looking at?
Uh, Sorry, can you repeat it once again, the
What's
question?
the corpus that you're looking at, the amount that you want to accumulate to this investment?
So looking for my son's education, higher education. So for that reason.
Okay. All right, let's see what Shweta has to say. Shweta, you've got all the three funds on you, and he wants to add
Yes.
maybe one more fund, and that will be of 2,000 rupees SIP per month. And time horizon would be 10 years. 2 years already he's doing SIP in the three funds that he mentioned earlier. So, what's your recommendation? Any scope of better diversification you think that can be opted out here?
Absolutely, Kavita. Ajit, I'm just going to first come to the schemes that you mentioned. The business cycle, thankfully, is a very spread out theme. So, it's a quasi diversified fund. So, you can continue with that. SBI Focus is actually outgrown in terms of size, I would say. Therefore, there are better funds available than SBI Focus, as well as rather than going with an SBI blue chip fund, which is the large cap fund. I would suggest you to go with the SBI large and mid cap fund. It allows you to get some mid cap exposure as well, and it's slightly better than going with a pure large cap fund. So stop your SIP for SBI large and SBI focus. Instead, you can go in for an SBI large and mid. uh, the rest, I would say you need to spread out your portfolio a little to also have a mid and small cap exposure, because you have a long term horizon. And therefore, I would suggest you go in for a Kotak Emerging, a Quant Value Fund, as well as, an SBI large and mid cap fund. So that would be my recommendation to you. Bring in some more AMC diversification, style diversification, and get a little bit of the mid and small cap exposure.
All right, so Ajit, that's the solution. Any question in terms of fund recommendation that you might want to ask Shweta?
How about the flexi cap funds? Is that okay if I do the diversification, stopping this focused equity?
You don't have a flexi cap yet in your portfolio, do you? You don't have it, those
no,
three
no.
funds. So
actually,
okay,
I was
though,
looking
yeah.
for some mid cap or
See, so you can
small cap or the flexi.
got it. So you can go
Shweta,
in for a
yeah.
large and mid or a flexi cap fund. Both tend to have, a large cap fund will have around 50% large, a flexi cap fund will have around a 70% large cap in their portfolio. In case you want to go for a flexi, I would suggest you go in for an HDFC flexi. You can also take an exposure through to a small cap fund through an HDFC small cap fund. So because I suggested large and mid to you, I let go of the flexi category.
Thank you so much, Ajit, and all the best for your portfolio and the changes that Shweta has recommended to implement. And we move on. Let's take a email query that is from Varun, Shweta. And among Nifty mid cap 150 and Quality 50 and Nifty mid cap, which is most suitable for long term perspective and why? And what's the percentage of portfolio can be allocated in above index fund? And he wants you to suggest the name as well.
Sure. So, Varun, my suggestion to you would be to not go in for any index fund, especially if you have a long-term horizon. And just to give you some data points, why I'm saying no is if you look at the mid-cap category, you have 150 stocks in the mid-cap category, and you can split it into the 150 index or the quality index or the momentum index. It's all a subset of the same index. But if you see an active fund, in the last 5 years, if you see the average track record, 40% of the actively managed funds beat their own benchmark, which means that there is a possibility that you anyways have a longer term horizon. So if you don't go for the index fund, you'll be able to get that 2-3% more. Second, an index fund also has a certain cost to it. So it means that by default, when you're investing in the index fund, you may end up with returns which are slightly lower than the benchmark. So don't do that. I would suggest you go in for active funds. If you want to pick a mid cap fund, then go in for a Kotak Emerging. But alternatively, you have the universe open, so you can also go in for a multi-cap strategy like a Quant Active, or go in for a large and mid-cap fund like a DSP Equity Opportunities.
All right. So one question I would want to ask on Varun's behalf, and maybe for all the viewers
Yes.
for better understanding also, having an index fund for a category like mid-cap, we've had several discussions on this topic, and every time, the one conclusion or inference that we come down with is the kind of universe mid-cap and small-cap has, you still have a lot of opportunities to earn alpha out here instead of having an index-based approach. After looking at this run-up of this entire year, or specifically of mid-cap and small-cap funds, what do you think? Sticking to an index because there have been AMCs that are launching index-based fund also for these categories now. It's quite natural for an investor to get confused as to to go to a passive way or adopt the active way as far as mid-cap and small-cap is concerned. So what should be your conclusion? Should you be having both kind of funds in your portfolio, or if you already have a flexi cap, if you already have a multi-cap, so in a way you have an exposure of mid-cap and small-cap already. So if you had that kind of exposure, you can go for an index mid-cap, small-cap.
So, Kavita, the way the India growth story is going, and if you see the companies within, you are in a country which is in a growth phase, and therefore being in an active fund would give you a higher returns than being in a passive strategy, because you still have that information arbitrage available, which helps you get that slightly higher return through active management. Second, what happens is that an active fund manager has a flexibility to tweak the weightages. So you may invest in the same company as the benchmark company, but you can decide what weightage you want to assign to it. So that flexibility also allows a fund to beat the index. And, in spite of whether a market has given very good returns or a particular segment has not worked, that should not be your factor for deciding whether you should go for an index fund in any scenario, whether it's, bull phase or a bear phase, you can go in for a passive, you can go in for an active fund and not a passive fund. Third thing I just want to highlight is, you mentioned AMCs are coming up with a lot of passive funds. See, for an asset management company, they are supposed to have all kinds of products in all scenarios. Just because they are launching a passive doesn't mean that, that's where you should invest. They are doing their job of, having the entire bouquet of funds for the investor. So just because an NFO is coming in the passive space doesn't mean that's the right time to invest in it. The AMC is doing their job of filling in their bouquet. So don't even look at, because there are too many NFOs in small cap or too many NFOs in passive coming, it's the right time to invest. That should not be the investment thesis.
All right, so that's the word coming in as far as your mid cap and small cap allocation in mutual fund is concerned. But then, Shweta, we have Mr. Shashi on phone line with us. Good evening, sir. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Calling from Bangalore.
Bangalore, B.
Bangalore. Okay, all right. So it seems the details that you've given us, you retired 2 years back. So what's the plan now? Are you planning to continue working on some specific projects, or you're enjoying your retirement life by traveling? How's it going so far?
I'm enjoying my retired life.
You're enjoying your retired life. Just the thing that we wanted to know. So you are saying that you have a portfolio which is well diversified in equity and debt as well. The ratio so far is 70-30. And I want to understand, is this portfolio giving you money for your regular expenses also every month?
No, I have a pension every month coming.
You have a pension. But I also want to congratulate you, because very rare investors come up with this kind of an experience of investing in a mutual fund since 2006. I mean, very early on stage, of this entire industry you have entered. How has the experience been so far? And I also want to know from you, because a lot of investors get very impatient, they want to see quick returns in their portfolio. How are you able to hold on for so long?
See, I don't depend on this income alone. So that way I am invested for a long term.
Sure.
It has been a great journey, except that time and again I have to go on getting out of some funds and then investing in some other fund.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, the fund which looks good today is not all that good some years later. That is what creates problem for us in going on changing the funds every now and then.
Sure. A great strategy. And as in the initial answer also you said that diversification, I think that's the right key. Also, I want to understand now, since you've retired, is your risk appetite the same? Because 70-30 is the allocation and 70 is in equity. Do you want to stay intact with this kind of a exposure ratio?
Yeah, because I'm invested for the long term, so I would stick to equity.
Sure. All right, that's fantastic. And very few investors want to take that much of risk post-retirement also. Shweta, over to you.
Thank you, Kavita. Shashiji, congratulations. And, a lot of the things that you've been doing in the portfolio is absolutely right. So I'm so glad you're doing it. Just some things I want to highlight is 70-30, good combination, or, good asset allocation. In fact, even if somebody was dependent on this portfolio for their liquidity needs, I would have said, have a 65% equity. In your case, 70-30 more so is good because you have a pension on which you're relying. Secondly, you mentioned that frequently you need to change your portfolio. That's just because every fund goes through its cycle. You have a Mirae large cap fund. At one point of time, it used to be a star performer. But, over the years, the size has also grown. Today, it's almost a 40,000 crore fund. So it becomes a little difficult to make changes to the portfolio as well. That's when you start, this is one sign of how a fund's performance could deteriorate and time for you to exit. Cyclicality is very common, and which is where we tell all our clients, review your portfolio every year. Here's where my suggestion also is to you. In terms of schemes that you can continue with the Canara Blue Chip Fund, and you can continue with the Mirae ELSS Fund. I'm guessing you're doing ELSS for the ATC deduction purpose, so you can continue with that. Instead of a Canara ELSS, I would suggest you go in for a Quant ELSS. I just mentioned you can redeem the Mirae Large Cap Fund and the PGIM Mid Cap Fund again. I would suggest you to exit from. Instead of this, you can have some portion of your money in small cap. There's a potential of further upside. So an Aditya Birla small cap fund is something that you can go in for, and a DSP equity opportunities to compensate the large cap exposure that you're getting out of from. So this would be my recommendation to you.
All right, Shashi sir, anything else you want to ask Shweta?
I think by and large he has covered everything. I
All
would
right,
like
sir.
to exit some of the funds. I wanted a confirmation, of course.
All right, sir. Thank you so much and all the best. On that note, let's slip into a quick break. But we do have Shweta Rajani with us, and we're answering your mutual fund portfolio queries. In case you want to send across anything, you can do that on our WhatsApp number quickly. See you after this break. Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show with me, Kavita Thapliyal, and with me today as an expert is Shweta Rajani. Shweta, welcome back again. And let's move on to our next query, which is from Tanya. And Tanya says that she wants to generate 1 CR in 15 years and rupees 10,000 per month is the SIP amount that she wants to do. And she is also ready to do a 10% SIP top up. The kind of funds, okay, she's already doing an SIP. She has White Oak Capital Flexi Cap Fund. She has ABSL Multicap. She has Bandhan Multicap. She has HDFC Multicap, and she has Bandhan Sterling Value. I mean, I wonder why she has so many multicaps in her portfolio, and she also has a Flexi Cap. All right, this is over diversification. What would you say?
So, I'll just first come to her objective. She's trying to target a 1 crore with the 10,000 SIP that she's doing. But looking at a horizon, she'll be able to reach to around a 60 lakhs of a number. So she'll definitely need a top up every year, or in case she's not able to do a top up, every year, but she'll have to very soon get to a 16,000 per month of an SIP to get to her goal. So there's going to be a gap, Tanya, which you need to fulfill here. I think, maybe she's going in for multi-cap because she thinks that she'll get exposure to all the three market caps, and that may be good for the portfolio. This is my assumption for why she has so many of multi-caps. But Tanya, I think 2 multi-caps are good for you. So you can continue with the ABSL and the HDFC multi-cap. The Bandhan multi-cap as well as the Sterling equity, I think you can avoid in the portfolio. There are much better funds available in the market out there. So 2 multi-caps will give you the required exposure to mid, small that you want. And instead, what you need to do is have more of flexi cap funds in your portfolio, or large cap oriented portfolios. So 2 funds that I would suggest is you can go in for an ICICI approved dividend yield fund that has a large cap biasness, which is what you will need in the portfolio, and go in for an HDFC flexi cap fund. So 2 multi caps, which give you mid and small exposure, and 2 large cap oriented other funds.
So that's the word coming in for Tanya, and if in case, just like Tanya, you also want to achieve a corpus of crores in a few years, all you have to do is just send across your questions to us. And with that, it's time up on the show today. Shweta, thank you so much for being on the show and helping our viewers with their financial portfolio. But before I sign off, there's a WhatsApp number and email ID where we keep waiting for your questions. So please send across your mutual fund portfolio queries, and we will get your live financial planning done by our experts on the show. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.